Right, so we've got this Zoe in the workshop, so we know what we need to do with this one. When you start stripping it down, so yeah, they're obviously a fairly big job, these. So it's about 8 to 10 hours to do sort of drivetrain removal. So that is basically taking out the whole motor stack under the bonnet. So if we have a look under here, so it's got an air-cooled motor, that's the motor cooling fan, and then there's like a control box here, and then the motor is kind of like just down there, you can't quite see. Yeah, I'm gonna crack on with that. Yeah, I'm hoping this is gonna go through fairly smoothly. So the 8 to 10 hours is to strip everything down and then put it all back in again. That doesn't include the time to fit the bearings in the motor. We'll have a look at the motor. The previous car we did, the blue one, that motor was okay. I hope this one will be okay as well, because the car hasn't broken down. So nothing's been damaged inside the motor from the bearing heat or vibration or anything to make it break down. But you never quite know, really. Sometimes when you look at the motor, there are, you know, concerning signs, and it's a long job. It's not a cheap job. I'm not going to do it unless I'm confident, basically, unless I'm happy that it's going to be good and reliable for the customer. So yeah, we'll see what this one looks like when it comes apart. I've warned the customer that it may require a motor, and then we'll basically just fit a really low mileage motor, because we know the reliability can be a concern. So yeah, fit a super low mileage one, and then it'll be all good. So yeah, this one should just be straightforward motor work. Yeah, hopefully we'll get the bearings in the motor, but we shall see. So I'm going to get this up in the air, start stripping down, and crack on, and catch you later. All right, cheers. Okay, so we've started stripping down. So obviously we've got the bumper off. Wheels, under trays are off. There's various sort of metal kind of brackets that fit around the sides. Yes, I've been cracking on with that. So next ones I'm going to do scuttle panel. I need to drain the oil and the coolant, which takes a little bit of time just to let those come out. And then start stripping this front down. So there's this air duct, there's the charging socket. I've got the cables off the battery. Obviously we did high voltage isolation first, that you have to do. Yeah, so I'm going to continue stripping this down, but that's where we are so far. Yeah, cool, good stuff. All right, I will catch you in a bit. Cheers. Okay, just continue to strip this down. So coolant and oil are just draining out, just dripping out. The customer had obviously tried changing the reduction gear oil, because that's like golden, but yeah, unfortunately that was obviously not successful, because it was the motor rather than the reduction gear. So yeah, that crash bar's off, and just yeah, various bits of stripping down on the front there. Next it's gonna be the radiator pack, and then the sort of 12-volt battery area, and that's the motor cooling fan. So yeah, we're just continuing to strip down. They come apart fairly quickly. I actually know a guy at a garage, and he can do a Zoe motor change in about 5 hours, and it's a sort of 8 to 10 hour job, really, which I think's pretty impressive. But he has done quite a lot of them, and he is a very experienced mechanic. So yeah, I think for the rest of us mere mortals, we have to go more by the book time. But yeah, I've done a few of these, so I kind of know what I'm doing. But yeah, it's quite cool, really. So once those bits are out, we've got drive shafts and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, one of the other things is this wiring loom, and that kind of undoes that side and then comes over and just moves out of the way. And then there's another wiring loom round that motor stack that kind of connects to various points, and all that's got to be taken off as well. And then we can get the engine crane, get this stack out, strip it apart, and see what's happening. So right, I'll continue this and catch you in a bit. All right, cheers. Okay, well, it's a bit late, it's very dark, but progress is good. So basically everything is now out of the way. Drive shafts off, obviously subframe, radiator pack, crash bar, everything is out of the way. And the next job is to get this stack out. So this has a wiring loom that goes round it, and it's connected to various places on the car. So it's kind of like all of these. This is like the DC output, and sort of comms and stuff like that, water pump and all that kind of stuff. So there's this loom all wrapping round the stack, and then that goes across here, and then it connects to various places. So it connects to, this is the main ECU, so that top plug, There's one on the 12 volt current sensor, battery current sensor, and that's a 12 volt test module. And there's earth points, that's what's called the protection and switching unit, the catchy name. There's several multi-plugs in there, so you sort of pop the lid off there and do all that kind of stuff. But yeah, basically you undo all of that, and then that loom you kind of keep with the stack, and then you unbolt that and lift that out. So yeah, pretty good progress really, actually. So yeah, very shortly we'll get that out and then obviously get it stripped down and see what's going on. It very much sounds like the motor. Obviously we need to confirm that, have a good look at the motor, see if that's suitable to be rebuilt. I've seen various issues with these motors because I've rebuilt quite a few, so probably rebuilt 5 or 6 motors, but I've also not rebuilt about the same number of motors, because when you start looking at them you see kind of various issues that mean they're not going to be suitable to rebuild. So we shall see. I have got a motor, I've got one, if we need it for this car, but I'm hoping it's going to be okay. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I hope that's interesting, and I will catch you later. All right, cheers.